sometimes what God likes to do is he likes to show us the effects and ramifications of our sins. So I have the school mass right after this. And, I'm going to kind of use a little children analogy where, sometimes kids might call other kids names or give them a nickname. And, everyone's laughing. And the person who's given the nickname might be laughing in front of them. But then when you see that person off by themselves, you see them crying, They're upset about it. And then when you see the person upset about it, secretly, it kind of tugs at your conscience. You feel bad for what you did. You saw the effect of your sin manifested, and you didn't like it. And more importantly, the reason why it happens is that what it leads, hopefully, to a conversion, to a change of heart. Oh, that name, that person doesn't like the name. I'll never call that person's name again. And so when Jesus tells this parable, I know it kind of has a rough ending. It has a rough ending towards the Pharisees and the scribes and all those people, the chief priests. But the whole point of it is to manifest their conscience, to show what their actions are and what they will lead to. For hopefully the purpose of it, again, everything that Jesus does, even when it seems harsh, the whole purpose is for conversion, is the change of heart. And, these Pharisees, these religious leaders are in a very dangerous position. Their dangerous position is that they consider themselves righteous because of their strict religious observances and practices. They consider themselves like the exemplar, the top-notch religious people that everyone else looks up to, and everyone else says, okay, those are the holy ones. And they believe it. They believe it. And so they don't see the need for the beloved Son to come to them. They don't see the need for him in their lives. As Jesus says in the parable, I will send my Son to them and they will act differently. And unfortunately, they won't. But it's also, though, in their stubbornness, because God's going to just keep manifesting their conscience, showing their conscience in front of them. He's going to keep doing it. And then there's going to be a breaking point. And we think the breaking point in this manifestation of their conscience is going to be, well, God's going to wipe them out. The breaking point is that God is going to give up and he's going to let them kill him. So even in that, God's reaction is just like, okay, fine, do your worst. But in them doing the worst is the salvation of the world. It's where Jesus draws the rest of the world to himself. So again, in our Bible study in Exodus, it's the same thing, right? Pharaoh's stubbornness of heart, his constant refusal to let the people go, and all the plagues and wonders that happens in that process. What happens to the Egyptian people? They start to favor Moses and to his God. God is winning over the Egyptian people through the stubbornness and the hardened of heart of Pharaoh. And God's going to win a lot of people over, even as he still tries to get these Pharisees and religious people to get them to himself. He's going to keep trying and trying until he's just going to let them kill him. But in that is the salvation of the world. And that's how God seems to act. Almost in a sometimes very non-violent way. It's just all gift and all love continually poured out until finally he wins our hearts over. May God bless you.